going on, everybody? Afflicted Gamer here. Welcome back to Call of Duty Blackout. So from the moment of making this video, Blackout will be releasing in literally just over 24 hours. Some people already have access to zombies and whatnot, but I'm here to quickly talk about Blackout. Some of you may be long-time Call of Duty players, but not Battle Royale players. So after spending quite a few hours in the beta and also playing other games like PUBG, Fortnite, H1Z1, and so on, I thought that I might be able to offer a few tips and some insight, especially for beginners to a Battle Royale game. So anyways, if you guys find this video helpful and enjoyable, drop a like on it, it's much appreciated, and if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Blackout content. So, a lot of these things may sound just like a given to some of you, especially those of you that have played Battle Royale games before, but for those of you that haven't, well, hopefully this stuff will help you out when you decide to go ahead and drop into Blackout. First things first, and this one will, it'll come with time. Map awareness. Whenever you go ahead and decide to drop into Blackout, for the first however many matches you want to, I would say at least the first 20 or more minimum. Yeah, I know it may sound like a lot. Drop in a different landing spot every single time. And the reason for that, map knowledge. The map is fairly big in Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout, so there are a lot of places to hide. There are a lot of, different places you can run into zombies, you can get on a boat, you can get into a helicopter. There's lots of little buildings that you can hide in. There is a lot of different places that you can go, all meshed into one big map. So I would absolutely start there. Second, the second you hit the ground, the first thing you're going to want to do, obviously, is a given, get a gun. Any gun. A revolver, a shotgun, anything is better than no gun, and then after that, try to find armor and a backpack. With a backpack, you can obviously carry much more in your inventory and proceed on. Armor, hopefully they will have adjusted so that after you get shot, if you win the gunfight and you get damaged, you'll be able to see if you need to replace it or not. We didn't get to see that in the beta because when looting another player, they may have had armor also, but you didn't really know whose was in worse condition, so hopefully that is a change that they will have made. Next is attachments. One of the great things that they did in this game mode is if an attachment fits on your weapon, the second you pick it up, it will automatically attach itself. So if you find a scope that fits on your gun, it will attach itself automatically. Now, if you do find a second weapon that you like, or even like better, and you plan on swapping out your primary weapon that you have at the moment, you will need to take that attachment off of your weapon, put it in your inventory, swap to the weapon that you want to use, and then equip it that way. Don't just pick up the weapon and drop your other one without taking your scope off, or your quick mags, extended mag, your grip, whatever it is that you plan on keeping. And especially the same thing comes to looting. Whenever you find another player's weapon or whatever it is that you want from them, same premise goes there. One of the cool things that they did also was abilities that you have, traits that you have in the game, things like dead silence that you can unlock and always use in multiplayer, are consumables in Blackout. These things are very strong, and you can use these to your advantage, and I would honestly use them when you think you need them, and that's going to be a bit of self-judgment on your part. Like, is this the right time or not? Because things like dead silence, especially when it comes to endgame, are invaluable. Being able to be quiet and stealthy, or using things like paranoia, things that will allow you to hear if an enemy has you targeted from a specific direction on the map. Those things are fantastic, and that kind of separates Call of Duty a little bit from the other Battle Royales. Fortnite has building, PUBG has a lot of in-depth weapon attachments, H1Z1 is really quick and fast-paced, and bright colors and whatnot with the outfits that they have. And with Blackout using all of the I'm just going to keep calling them traits that, are in multiplayer, like dead silence, etc. Those things are very, very helpful. So use them. You can use more than one at the same time. You can use multiple consumables at once. Be cautious when doing so, when picking up which ones you want to use. Things like Dead Silence, and then I don't remember the name of it, but it does actually highlight any lootable object within so many meters, and then there's another one that shows you which vehicles are available on the map. It highlights everything in white. Use a few of those things at the same time. Anything that deals with noise, I wouldn't use more than one at once. So, moving on from there is map awareness again, but this time it revolves around the circle, the collapse. Make sure that you know you are in a safe zone. As you can see here in the background, I'm in a dangerous part of the map, but that is because there is, well, a lot of campers in the game that like to stay back, and I also still needed a better weapon than that shotgun that I had, so I was still looting. So I knew I was still going to be within running distance to safety, and I decided to take a little bit of a gamble there. I knew that I had enough bandages and medkits to get myself back up to full health, so I decided to stay back, shoot, loot, take out who I, saw, and move on. But if you are quite far away, make sure that you see a vehicle on the map and you know you can get to it, or you will be stuck back in the collapse zone and you will die from that. As you are running through the map, areas like this, like I said, there are a lot of places to loot, a lot of places to hide. Camping was a thing in the beta. I'm hoping that something will be done about it for the main game, but in little rooms like this, you would be surprised, or maybe not so surprised, at how many people I ran into literally just sitting there. I'm not sure what they were doing, if they were waiting for Christmas to come or whatnot, but they weren't doing anything other than waiting, I guess, until the end circle. There are times where you don't need to push. You're going to see that come up in a moment. I'm getting close to the final circle. And again, like the other consumables and whatnot that I was talking about, I found a sensor dart. Boy oh boy, is that ever helpful. I'm in this little tunnel, which you're going to see in a second here, and I hear that there are enemies around me and above me, but I cannot exactly pinpoint where they are. The sensor dart allows me to see the general direction that they're in. Gives me two options then. Wait it out and see if they come to me, or run out in the open with a general idea of where they are, at least one of them, and try to fight everybody that may be out there. So that is going to come down to whether you just want to run and gun like multiplayer, or you want to be a little bit more careful and a little bit more tactical, which is what I would recommend in a battle royale game. If you want to win, sometimes you have to stay back. Sitting in one of those washrooms or lockers, which happened to me numerous times, that's not what I mean. Right here, as you can see, I am in the safe zone. The blue is where the collapse is happening, and it is actually going to be pushing in pretty much towards me. So I've got a clear line of sight in front of me, I've got a sensor dart protecting me, and I can also look behind me. So I'm in a decent spot. Times like this is where I would wait, and it's also times like this where I would use specific consumables to make myself quiet if I can, and also anything that will help me with more situational awareness. I can't really see a whole lot, so the more I can hear, the better of an advantage I will have at staying alive, especially for the final circle. Now, as you do push towards the final circle and on your way there, getting comfortable with specific weapons. The weapons you will use in a battle royale will be different than multiplayer. What I mean by this is, in multiplayer, if I'm playing domination or hardpoint, I'm probably going to use an SMG. Out here, especially mid to late game, I will use something like the swordfish or an assault rifle. You're not always going to be running and gunning or up close and personal with your opponent, so something with medium to long range is quite helpful. I'm not saying that a submachine gun is a bad choice by any means, but I think you'll find yourself using other weapon types. Shotguns and SMGs are pretty good for the start of the game, because if You drop in with a lot of other players, you want to take them out as quickly as possible. Something for close range will be very helpful. When you get down to the final circle, or like I said, mid to late game, other weapons will come into play, and one that you will see a lot is a sniper rifle. So if you're anything like me and you're not that great with a sniper, you might want to start practicing, which is something I will be doing the second I get my hands on the game and we can play it. That is how I ended up dying in the final circle. If it killed me, it was because of a sniper. So, but yeah, those are some of the basics, kind of a beginner's guide, as you could say, for preparing for Blackout. Like I said, it is a lot different than multiplayer, and it is different from PUBG, Fortnite, H1Z1. They all have their own little playstyles and things that make them unique and different. I like the fact that we get to bring in the traits, like I keep going back to Dead Silence and Paranoia, but they were just extremely helpful, and it changed the way that Battle Royale felt, being able to use consumables like that on this type of a battlefield with Call of Duty characters that we got to use and weapons and the way the attachments automatically went on. It just, everything felt very, very smooth, you know, and it just takes a little bit of time to get used to. The vehicles are a whole separate topic. Some people don't have any trouble with them. I find them difficult to drive and very clunky and uncomfortable. I wish that that would change, and I'm going to pray to God they change that in the future. And if you're anything like me, again, which I hope that you have an easier time than I do, I would start practicing with the vehicles because they just don't handle all that well. So, but yeah, watch your health, watch the circle, familiarize yourself with the weapons and the map. Other than that, get used to the consumables and what they can do to benefit you, when to use them and when not to use them, and you'll be on your way to the top 10 and in the final winning circle in no time. Anyways guys, that is it for me. Again, I do hope that you found the video helpful and enjoyable. Please leave your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget that you can always follow me on Twitter at Afflicted Gamer, and I'll see you guys very soon in Blackout in the next video, and absolutely, for sure, definitely in the next live stream. Until then, take care guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Damn, again, sniper rifle, that's what got me. I hope it doesn't get you too. Alright guys, take care. We'll see you soon.